If one of the emitters in your drip tape becomes clogged, the first thing to do is the easy check. Examine the outlet and see if there's any debris clogging it from the outside. If there's not, the clog may be from the inside, and there's still an easy method to unclog it. Before you perform any of the more difficult fixes, the first one to do is, while the system is running, simply place your thumb or finger firmly over the clogged outlet. This introduces some pressure and turbulence changes within the line that can dislodge debris caught on the inlet filter so you can flush it right out the end. In addition to simply holding your thumb or finger firmly over the hole, you could also tap, and this introduces even more turbulence and rapid pressure changes that help dislodge debris. Then remove the end cap so that the turbulent flow inside the line can flush that debris right out the end. If that didn't fix your clog, the third thing to do is actually flushing your lines. Run the system for a few moments with the end cap off. The increased velocity of the water will introduce a lot of turbulence inside the line that can remove stubborn debris that's clogging it from the inside. If you feel comfortable doing so, and that didn't unclog your emitter, you can repeat some of the same steps, put your thumb or finger firmly over, cap off the end with your thumb, and then introduce lots of changes like that. Any interruption in the flow of water creates a pretty powerful shock wave that travels through, and this shock and turbulence can dislodge debris, only when it's clogged from the inside. Of course, this is easy to do on short runs, like in this raised bed, but on long runs it may not be possible, or at least may require coordination between two people to accomplish. As a last resort, you can cut out the clogged drip tape emitter and replace it with a new section of drip tape using 2 drip tape couplers and leftover drip tape from your initial installation. You'll just need some scissors or a cutter, 2 drip tape couplers, and a length of fresh drip tape. Here's how to replace a clogged drip tape emitter. Start by cutting out a fresh piece of drip tape that matches the length you want to replace. Then cut out the clogged emitter. Next, you'll want to add drip tape couplers to each end of the fresh drip tape. Push the drip tape all the way onto the barb, then twist the locking nut for a secure, leak-free connection. After that, if you want your drip tape emitters to maintain their original placement, you'll want to cut out the excess tape from your original line, since the couplers add an extra inch or two to the length of the new section. Then, just attach the couplers to the original drip tape lines. Double check to make sure your emitters are facing up, and you're all set. Good as new. An even better approach than fixing leaks as they come up is to prevent them to begin with. There are 3 main ways to prevent clogs in your drip tape, and number 1 is simple and straightforward, and that is proper filtration. Filtration, in addition to being the best way to prevent clogged emitters and clogged drip tape, is also something I would consider mandatory on any irrigation system using drip tape. Even the cleanest city water source should be filtered when you're using it to feed your drip tape lines. The cleanest city water can have upstream pipes in the network flaking off and sending things that end up at your spigot and then into your irrigation system, and they'll cause clogs. If you're not sure how strong a filter is, if you already have one, you can simply count how many holes there are in an inch. If you can't see the individual holes well enough to count them, your filter is probably strong enough. The second method to preventing clogs is actually something we've already kind of covered to fix clogs, and that's flushing your drip tape lines. Over time, any sediment or mineral content or anything in the water is going to settle inside the lines unless we flush it out. And the best time to flush irrigation lines are right after irrigation cycles or before, if the water has been in there for a bit. And in addition to flushing out debris that has settled, the turbulent water flow inside, just like it does when we're fixing a clog, will dislodge any debris that's about to cause a clog, and you can flush it right out of the end of the line. A maintenance flushing cycle involves nothing more than opening up the end of your drip tape line, turning on the water, and giving the water enough time to get from your water source all the way out of the end of the line, and then a couple extra moments for the turbulence to dislodge any debris that has gotten stuck or settled. From there, you can judge based on the water quality and your particular system, but a couple extra moments for the turbulence to do its work inside is often warranted. Then you can close your drip tape lines back up and you're good to go. The best practice for flushing the lines is after every watering cycle. But of course, it's not easy to do that given our busy lives and all the things we have going on. So in reality, in actual practice, flush whenever you can. If you find yourself getting clogged emitters after a week or 2 of not flushing, well then flush a little bit more often than that so you prevent those clogs to begin with. If you find it inconvenient to open up the end of their lines, it might be because of the kind of end cap or end plug or closure that you're using, and some are much easier to initiate flushing cycles with than others. Well, if you've done any research or have looked around on YouTube, you might have seen some of the hacks or cheats or tricks that are out there that are meant to save a lot of money. And those are things like zip ties, or they actually just tie a knot in the drip tape itself to close off the end. And those do work, and I see people do them sometimes even on the commercial end of things, but they're very inconvenient for any kind of flushing cycle. Now, they might be great for the commercial farmer who is using the really thin-walled stuff that is not the best for home gardeners and they're done with it after 1 year. But for anyone who wants to maintain their drip tape and use it year after year, season after season, there are better methods. Drip tape end caps, coupling valves, or automatic flush valves are the best drip tape end fitting to use if you want to optimize the longevity of your drip tape with regular flush cycles. If you're interested, I made a video you can see in the top right or in the description below that explains all the different methods to end your drip tape and how to use each one. Plus, I break down the pros and cons of each. The third method to preventing clogged emitters in your drip tape are simple water treatment injections. Now, this isn't as technical or as difficult or as intimidating as it first sounds. It can be as simple as a plug-and-play fertilizer injector and a pre-made mix, like the Easy Flow Hydro Cleanse running through an Easy Flow fertilizer injector. And when they say they're chemical injections, that can also intimidate a lot of people, but these chemicals are everyday common acids that you have in your kitchen and have no doubt ingested before. And not only are they not toxic for plants when used in the right amounts, but they can actually be beneficial to the soil and bring the pH to such a level that the nutrients in your soil are more readily available to your plants. Acid treatments like this aren't used just to clean lines, although that is one of their main uses, but they're also used to treat the soil so that professional and commercial growers get better yields. So it ends up being a win-win in most cases when you need to inject treatments to break down the mineral content that is built up inside your lines. Because even with the best flushing and the best filtration, mineral content will build up slowly inside over time. Similar injections and water treatments can be used if your water source has a lot of living organic material in it and is leaving a biofilm inside your lines. I go into more depth about water treatments in our video, How to Prevent Clogs in Drip Tape, which you can check out in the top right or description below. Never worrying about clogged emitters is much better than fixing clogged emitters, and all you need to do is filter, flush, and treat.